What's up, people? This is Rich, and this is another episode of Gaming on a Budget, the channel that tries to help gamers play new games without spending a whole bunch of money. You know, with the times being what they are, this could be very helpful, right? So let's try and help each other out. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the game that will be reviewed today is called Cuisine Royale. I found this game randomly in the Xbox store while looking for free games to play, and I was caught by the cover art. The cover art was really cool, and it actually had some pretty decent ratings and a nice amount of ratings. So I was like, all right, cool, let's check it out. It's free, and that's already a plus, right? So, and I downloaded it, and anyway, enough with that. Let's go ahead and get some of this preliminary bullshit out of the way. So as far as the game, it's a battle royale. The developers are called Darkflow Software. It released back in 2018 in June. The engine is the Degor engine. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's proprietary from the Gajin Entertainment. Platforms you can play this on currently are Microsoft Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. Sorry, Nintendo. Unfortunately, there's nothing for you guys right now, but who knows, maybe in the future. Before playing this game, I didn't really have too much experience with battle royales. The only other game I played was Fortnite, and I have to admit I absolutely hated that shit. I literally had that game for a week before just saying like, yeah, nah, this game's trash. But this is not to diss anyone that likes Fortnite. If you like Fortnite and you're good at Fortnite, kudos to you. It just wasn't my game. Particularly growing up, Halo was my favorite first-person shooter. I don't know, it kind of spoiled me to expect a few things. For instance, knowing where your enemies are on the map because you have a radar, and also responding after getting killed. I really missed the hell out of those, so unfortunately it just wasn't my thing. Also, learning to build is super annoying. There was times where I was like, yeah, this is just not this is just not good. I never got the hang of that. So because of my biased experience with the game, I had my doubts, and I thought this one would be similar, so I didn't think I'd like it. But I was desperate and in need of new games, so I was like, let's just give this a shot and see, because you never know. So let's talk about the gameplay. So as far as the gameplay, like I mentioned, it's a battle royale. Bunch of people on the map using weapons and stuff to, kill each other off until there's one person left. Initially I saw the game and I immediately thought PUBG. Now, I've never played PUBG, but I've seen a bunch of footage and a lot of clips. So I can comfortably say that it reminds me of PUBG. Play as a character that spawns somewhere on the map with no weapons or protection. I mean, you have a knife, but that's literally it. There's two characters you can use initially. You can play as Clyde the Beast or Annie the Pinup, that's her nickname. You have no clothes, and you run around in boxes, which I thought was pretty interesting. Just kind of running around in almost a birthday suit. So you have to find weapons and armor throughout the map if you want to survive. And as time passes, the darkness, which is very similar to the storm in Fortnite, shrinks the map. So along with defending yourself from other players, you also have to be wary and not get caught up in the the darkness. Initially it's not so bad, but as the game progresses and the map gets smaller, the more damage it can yield. You can eat food in the game to get health, and I thought this was pretty interesting because there's a lot of interesting food choices. So I guess that kind of plays into the whole Cuisine Royale naming. So this is a pretty interesting touch to the game. You can play solo, duo, and you can play squad. Squad, you can play anywhere from 2 to 4 players. There's also a practice level available, which I used a lot in the beginning because, again, I had to get familiar with the mechanics. So I've had this game for some time, and initially when I played it, I got owned pretty bad. All the memories of Fortnite kind of came crashing in, and I was like, no, this game's gonna suck. But I then thought it's kind of unfair to judge this game based off my experience with Fortnite, and I should give it an honest shot and just kind of stick through it. And that's what I did. So while playing this game, I came up with some points to talk about, and yeah, here we go. So the first point, the environment. So let me first say the maps in the game are pretty freaking dope. There are a small number of playable maps, but each map is massive and greatly detailed. Also, I noticed each map seems to be based off a culture. So for instance, there's a map that seemingly is based off of Mexico, and there's another map that I believe is more European. Sorry, geography wasn't my best thing, so if I get that wrong, sorry. Also, the landscapes in the game are pretty scenic. You see some really nice trees, bushes, plants, decent forest areas. Also, it's very realistic sounding as far as the environment. You can hear birds, you can hear insects, you can hear trees rustling, and it just adds another dimension to the gameplay. Another thing it does, kind of adds like a scare factor, because you can literally just be, posting, looking for someone, and the trees rustling in the background sound like people sneaking up on you. So I thought that was pretty cool. The buildings are also done very well, interior and exterior wise. It's pretty to look at, if I can just say that. It's very pretty stuff. I mean, when you're not being attacked or anything. So the second point I want to talk about, the weapons. So there's a bunch of fucking weapons in this game, ranging from handhelds like axes and a flashlight and a machete. And I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure Thor's hammer is in this game. I've seen it a bunch of times. As far as the firearms, there's all kinds. There's handheld guns, there's shotguns, there's rifles, semi-automatics, fully automatics. There's a lot. There's also different kinds of explosives. You can put scopes on certain guns to, increase your range. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Along with the weapons, there's actually a ton of items you can use. So for instance, there's like the Hermes knee pads that increase your speed. There's the 7 league boots, which not only increase your jump, but they decrease the fall damage you take. Oh yeah, so I mentioned in the game you're kind of naked. So the boxers actually have their own significance in the game. The boxers do certain things depending on what pair you wear. So for instance, there's boxers that will let you know of empty vehicles that are within a certain radius and stuff like that. So the boxers also have significance, which is cool. Alright, so the next point, abilities. So something different I noticed about this game was the characters having special abilities. So for instance, Clyde, he's called the Beast because he literally goes beast mode. So Clyde literally hulks out, and while he's in this form, he's super fast, he's super strong, and also bullets don't really do too much damage to him. So he's basically like the Hulk in this. He's so strong that literally a couple of punches can take out a few people. It's pretty dope. So to use these abilities, you need what's called Sinner Souls. So Sinner Souls you collect from killing enemies. You're awarded a certain amount of souls for how you kill someone. So for instance, a headshot will get you a lot more souls than, putting a bunch of bullets into someone before they finally die. You can also get souls from destroying people's tombstones. So when they die, some characters leave a tombstone behind, and these tombstones hold the souls they've collected during the course of the game. I thought this was a really dope feature in the game, and it adds like an extra layer of strategy. Along with the special, there's also rituals that each player can use. So you can unlock these rituals with the in-game currency, and also from doing achievements. Some of these rituals include making a global flood. Also, summoning a horde of zombies. That's pretty freaking dope. The rituals plus the special abilities just add for super interesting gameplay, and it's something that I'm totally here for. The next point, the ease to play. One thing I really enjoyed about this game was how easy it was to just pick up and play. For someone who was unfamiliar with battle royales, this certain type of first-person shooter, it was a little intimidating. I feel like the learning curve wasn't as difficult, being that I am inexperienced. I mean, sure, like in any other games, you have to like figure out the buttons and the layout and stuff like that, but that's pretty standard, right? Another bonus, there isn't any complicated menus. If you saw my last video, you understand how much I hate menus. I mean, just a bunch of them in excess, it can get really annoying and, take away from the game. But other than that, the game is pretty straightforward. After some practice, I got the hang of it really quickly. This might not be a big deal for most people, but I don't know. Playing games like Fortnite, it just was, it was super difficult. Like literally building was a challenge for me. I'm not used to that. And shout out to you if you can build. It was hard. It was really hard. And I don't mean to whine about it, but it was. But seriously, someone who's just kind of dipping their toes in this new kind of game, I can super appreciate this, and I don't know. I love that about this game. I gotta give props. This is a big deal, so thanks. Alright, so that was my last point. So now I want to talk about the highlights of the game. So the first highlight I want to talk about are the special abilities. So aside from the standard shooting in the game, I like the addition of the special abilities. Like I said earlier, it adds another dimension to the gameplay, and it makes it way more enjoyable. Also, it's very helpful. I've come to find that all my years in Halo, it didn't really pay off like I wanted them to. My aim still sucks. So having these abilities kind of as, alternative ways to get at people, it's very helpful and very beneficial. I found that the abilities level the playing field and also kind of add comfortability for people that are more used to hand-to-hand combat or just want, diverse ways on, dealing with enemies. So it's cool. And then also the rituals are great too, because the rituals also add to the gameplay. And like I said, you can summon zombie hordes. That alone is freaking dope. I mean, of course, being on the receiving end sucks, but I mean, come on. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? Literally. All right, so next highlight, weapons. The amount of weapons in this game is actually very impressive. Like, I mentioned a few of them earlier, but there's like a whole bunch that I haven't even got into. There's rocket launchers, sniper rifles, bazookas. The list keeps going. There's even a jetpack I got once. I literally just got it one time. I haven't seen it again, so it must be rare, but that was cool, just flying around and shit. Pretty often I find new weapons that I haven't run into before, and this is great because, you know, you have diversity, you have choice, you have options. So, you know, you can find a weapon that matches your gameplay. You know, if you're someone that's like a tactical sniper kind of dude, there's something for you. You just gotta find it. You just gotta, you know, get good at it. So I thought that was pretty dope. I'm pretty confident you can find a weapon that suits your gameplay. You just got to get used to it and find it. And I don't know, I just like the diversity in weapons really helps with this. My next highlight, this is a great free game. I appreciate that this game's free version is so good. Being that you can pay for more stuff in the game, I just like how great the free version of it is. So far, the only noticeable difference for the paid version or paying for things in the game is that you get some special items and then clothes. That's pretty much it. Other than that, it's, you know, the gameplay is pretty much the same. I read on the website that the purchasing of these items doesn't necessarily like improve your gameplay too much. So you don't have to worry about OP players running around because of their items and stuff, kind of just destroying everyone. But it's, you know, it's just an option that's there. I'm really into them not making this a pay to win game because we all know how much a pay to win can suck. So shout out to the makers of Cuisine Royale for just being on the gamer side on this one. It's a dope free game. There's not much to say about it. It's just dope. It's good. It's really good. That's my last highlight. Final thoughts. Cuisine Royale is a dope game. I've had so much fun playing this game, and I'm so happy I found it. This game single-handedly changed my opinion on battle royales. For a free-to-play game, this is very good. So good, I've even contemplated paying the additional money to get some of the items and clothes because the clothes and the attire look really dope. And let me just say this, you may not know me, but I'm a cheap ass dude. So any game that can get me to think about spending more money, you need to pay attention. Like there's something there for sure. Overall, this game's super fun. The replayability on it is ridiculous. I've been playing this game ever since. And I'm not gonna say I'm addicted, but I'm gonna say I'm having a good time. That sounds like that could be bad. But anyway, this is a dope game, and if you're looking for something to play, I definitely recommend it. But what do you think? Are you gonna give Cuisine Royale a chance? Have you played it already? I'd love to hear what you guys think about the game. I'm gonna put links in the description for where you can get the game, as well as a cool trailer that I found that describes the game in better detail than I did. Some of these things I kind of had to glance over because I didn't want this review to be too long, but you know, check it out. If you're feeling this video, please don't feel scared to drop a like and subscribe. I'm really trying to grow this channel. I'm planning to do at least one video game review a week. And again, this is all in the benefit of gamers. I'm a gamer, I've been a gamer pretty much my whole life, and I really want to help people out that want to play new games but don't have the money. And like with the challenging times that we're in now, due to the COVID, it's good to just be able to have options and not worry about breaking the bank. So that's what I'm here for you guys. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. This is Rich. This is another episode of Gaming on a Budget, and I'll see you in the next one.